Hey, what's up everyone? Pete the Guttural Monk here. I'm unbelievably hungover at the moment. I really should be tracking vocals for the new Apocryphix album, but I'm not. I have a lot of stuff that I've been meaning to share on this channel. Shout out to Marty Worm, kind of busted my balls a little bit the other day for not getting my videos out like I should and like I've promised you guys. But yeah, I've got a decent stack of late 2016 releases, a couple from early 2017 so far. Um, I ordered a bunch of shit this morning from a couple different sites, so there's a lot on the way. I figured I would get this stack dwindled down a little bit before all of the other 2017 stuff starts rolling in. And of course, like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm going to do a quick just general update at the end. So there's been a ton of stuff coming in. Just figured I'll share the last couple weeks worth of mail with you guys. This is easily going to make my year-end list, and I know it's early in the year, but this is the debut full-length from Tomb Mold. This is Primordial Malignity. These guys are from Toronto, Canada. This album sounds like it was just plucked out of 1993. I am absolutely in love with this stuff. They released two demos last year, one called The Bottomless Perdition, one called The Molding, or Molting. But Primordial Malignity is out right now, and I can't say enough good things about this album. It's out on Blood Harvest. These guys kind of groove like old Suffocation, but picture a more modern touch on old school death metal of bands like Cruciamentum or even like Dead Congregation. Definitely check out Tomb Mold if you haven't done so already. And before I go any further, all of these will be linked in the description below, so make sure you give that a click. So next up, something that you guys are probably already familiar with, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. This is the brand new one from Immolation. This is Atonement, released through Nuclear Blast just a couple weeks ago. Comes in a gorgeous digipack. Immolation doesn't need any kind of introduction. These guys are absolute veterans in the death metal scene of things. This is album number 10. I am super impressed with this one. The production value is insanely good. It's an insanely clean album, but it doesn't lack depth, and it doesn't need a dirty edge for this album to be as incredible as it is. I think the songs are extremely well written. I'm a huge Immolation fan, period. I love the earlier stuff, but as they've progressed as a band, as the discography has moved on, I swear these guys they keep churning out quality material. Not really in love with the cover art. Par Olofsson did the artwork here. This is going to get a lot of spins from me this year. So if you haven't checked out the new Immolation album for whatever reason, definitely make sure you do so. Next up is the brand new one from the great old ones. This one is called EOD, Esoteric Order of Dagon, A Tale of Dark Legacy. Yeah, kind of a lot. But this is released through Season of Mist. These guys are from France, from the Bordeaux region of France. I can use a little bit of work knowledge in that one. Yeah, the great old ones, they play kind of like a atmospheric black metal. A little bit of kind of like post influence to it at times. But this album is absolutely fucking crushing and devastating stuff. The album that they released back, I don't know, 2014, Tick Kelly, I have no idea. That album is incredible, but I think they've progressed a lot on this one. So check out the great old ones with EOD. So that's it from the 2017 new releases. I've only got those 3 so far. Like I said, I've got a ton of stuff kind of on the way. Early in the year, it's kind of hard to justify spending a ton of money on these new albums because a lot of these bands, aren't necessarily from the U.S. or they don't have decent distribution within the U.S. So I wait for a couple distros to pick a couple things up. So that's I guess my reasoning for that. I do, however, have 2 reissues that were released now in 2017. First thing is something I'm very excited about. This is As Humanity Fades from Morta Skuld, originally released in 1994. This was put out by Peaceville. Fucking one of my favorite old school death metal albums. It is, in my opinion, criminally underrated stuff. The track "No World Escapes," that is probably one of my all-time favorite songs. These guys are aggressive as fuck. Something that I really appreciate in the sound, especially on this album, is their use of the bass. It is really up front in the mix, and it totally drives their songs home. Really, really brutal stuff. Album artwork, that is the original album artwork there. I've always been a fan of it for whatever reason. It kind of reminds me of Blade Runner. No fucking idea why. You wouldn't expect the sound within this album to kind of echo the artwork on the cover there. But maybe that's why this album never really, took off. You can pick this up now. So As Humanity Fades from Morta Skuld. Definitely do yourself a favor, check that out. Last up for the 2017 reissues, before I get into some 2016 stuff that I've picked up kind of late. This one I'm incredibly excited about. This is Molested with Blood Draum. When Ben Smasher, fucking Brain Smasher, showed this a couple weeks ago, he was talking about how he bought the, it's like a Russian bootleg or something. He couldn't tell the difference between that and the original press. Thinking to myself, man, fucking the Crypt is about to reissue that. Should have waited. This has the remix version, which is the super clean. Sounds like a brand new album remix that they did. I want to say last year or this year or something like that. No, 2016. And then it has the original 95 mix right after it. It's literally like owning two albums because they are so different. It is unbelievably before its time. This came out in 95. These guys were from Norway. It is so fucking insanely, it's like technical, and it has such an experimental edge to it. Put it this way, there's mouth harp on this album, and it fucking works. The spastic, fucking chaotic, kind of instrumental like interludes that are in between songs and are songs themselves are absolutely amazing. And I can't stress this enough. If you're not familiar with this album, give it a go. Molested didn't really do anything after this. I think they did an EP a couple years later. I can't say that I've ever heard that. I'd love to get a compilation disc of all of their either like unreleased material or demos. I know they have two very early demos that I don't believe I've ever heard as well. But yeah, it's out now, limited to 1,000 copies. It's weird, it doesn't have an OBI strip, which the Crypt normally does. But anyway, the Crypt, Dark Descent Records, you can get it there. Get your hands on it before it's gone, because it hasn't really been available basically ever. Like I said, there are reissues out there that are just bootlegs, so get the shit now while you can. So some late pickups from 2016. I got these in the mail through Profound Lore, I think has these in stock right now. So this is the newest Dead Congregation. This is Sombre Doom. This is a 2-song EP that I've probably spun 50 times. Literally just press the replay or repeat option on the CD player and just let this one spin for an hour at a time. I think total runtime on it's something like 20 minutes. The first track is fucking disgustingly heavy. Dead Congregation can do no wrong. That is some beautiful Raul Gonzalez artwork on there. He is one of my favorites. I've used him for obviously the first Apocryphix album. He did the artwork for that. Fucking love his work, and that's one of his best pieces, I think. It's a really kind of thin digipack. It doesn't really have anything going on to it. The CD sits in this little sleeve thing, which I dislike. They also reissued this one, which was next to impossible to find. This is Graves of the Archangels, originally released in 2008. For some reason it was, like I said, near impossible to find. This was reissued now. It's reissued by Martyr Doom Productions. And they also reissued the Purifying Consecrated Ground EP. For some reason haven't picked that up yet. I don't own that. Prior to these two, the only thing that I owned was the Promulgation, whatever the hell, something of the Fall, the one they released in 2014, which was an awesome album as well. But yeah, Graves of the Archangels, this is basically what started it off for them as far as like their full lengths. This was their first full length. Incredible stuff. And if you're not familiar with Dead Congregation, definitely check them out, because you are missing out on some absolutely quality material. This next one, I gotta say, flew under the radar for me. Got a lot of press, and I kind of just didn't really pay attention to most of it. It got a lot of praise, and I kind of just decided to ignore it. and then I saw it for a great price, and I picked it up blind. And this is a fucking incredible album. This is Sumerlands, self-titled debut full length. Came out back in September of 2016. It's a short spin. It's only about a half hour long or so. Relapse Records put this one out. This is some like straight up heavy metal, man. This is some fucking awesome modern heavy metal. I guess fans of Manila Road and Eternal Champion and Judas Priest even would definitely find a lot to like about this album. Like I said, it's a very short spin. I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to see what these guys do moving forward. So yeah, Sumerlands, this is their self-titled debut full-length. The last one from 2016 is Gatecreeper with Sonoran Depravation. The first time I listened to this album, I really wasn't sold on it. It was good, it was chunky, it was, a really fucking heavy death metal album. But I saw it at an amazing price. So listening to this one further, definitely has a little bit more depth than I originally had kind of heard in it. Really cool cover artwork there. I know there is some kind of controversy going on with this one and another band's artwork, but I'm not really going to get into that. You can kind of you can follow that one on your own. Another one, Relapse Records. These guys are out of Arizona, I believe. Pretty good, heavy, crushing stuff. This one was released in October of 2016. So if you haven't heard this one, you're not too late to the party. So check it out. This is Gatecreeper with Sonoran Depravation. Alright, so that's it for the new or relatively new releases. I do have a small stack of just randoms that I've gotten in the last couple weeks. I'll fly through these quite quickly. So what I've been trying to do this year is complete discographies. Bands that that I've been listening to forever. If I'm missing a gap somewhere, then that's what I'm basically attempting to pick up this year. So this is Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus. This is the, I'm going to say like 25th anniversary edition. It comes in this like fucking massive digibook. Peaceful put this one out a couple years ago, 2011. Nice, pretty hefty booklet going on here. Lots of info and, lyric scans and old pictures. Yeah, this is one of the most influential Doom albums of all time. I fucking love Candlemass to no end. And for some reason, I own all of their earlier material except for this one. So I wanted to go all out and buy the best edition that I could possibly get my hands on. Because this is probably my second favorite Candlemass album. If I had to pick right now. So, Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus, Candlemass. I swear I owned this album at one point in time, but shit happens. I've moved a couple times. Things get lost. Things get kind of stolen or left somewhere. But this one, Sepultura, Beneath the Remains. This was, this issue came out in, looks like 97. This album originally came out in, I want to say like 89 or something like that. Sepultura was just so fucking incredible. When they were incredible, they were so fucking incredible. Absolutely love this stuff. This is a Roadrunner Records remaster edition. It sounds fucking awesome. Sepultura, Beneath the Remains, fucking killer stuff. Alright, so next up, I've got two from this band. I was praising the hell out of them last year with their most recent full-length, The Lord of Misrule. This is Blood Ceremony, self-titled and Living with the Ancients. Blood Ceremony is a occult, doom, hard rock, heavy psych band, female fronted, amazing vocals. There's also flute happening, which kind of gives them a very like ritualistic and ominous kind of sound. Super doomy, a little bit more, I guess like kind of like heavy metal meets like hard rock kind of thing. Still doomy as fuck, but yeah. Really, really awesome band. So glad that I discovered these guys last year. It's amazing to me that I own all this music. I listen to music fucking all day long. It's kind of like what I do, and there are still just gems out there that I am just uncovering left and right, and it's because of following new releases and just giving something one listen. And I can't stress that enough. Just if something catches your eye, if you read a genre tag or you read a small blurb or a full review about an album, fucking give it a listen. Go to YouTube, go to Bandcamp, see if you can't just stream a couple tracks, see what it does for you. Because just reading about Lord of Misrule, I thought to myself, I might like this. I'm kind of on a doom and hard rock kick, and it became my fourth highest rated album of 2016, and I've been backtracking their entire discography ever since. So Blood Ceremony, if you haven't checked them out, definitely do so. They are absolutely incredible, and hopefully you appreciate them as much as I do. This one I got pretty cheap. This is Naglfar with Terrace. This is another one that I'm just kind of, I picked this one up just to aid in completing a discography. I like their earlier stuff. I love the X and Ferris EP. In Vitra obviously is fucking incredible too. But yeah, Naglfar, Terrace, nothing crazy about this one. It's actually not that good. I got this one for an amazing price too. I'm trying to complete this band's entire discography, but they have a lot of material, and I sadly don't own much of it, but I'm chipping away at it. One of my favorite bands at the moment, Manila Road. This is the Deluge. This is the Shadow Kingdom reissue from just a couple years ago, 2011. But yeah, fucking Manila Road rules. Totally, you know, unique sound. I love Mark Shelton's voice. The 4 albums in the middle of their discography, Crystal Logic, this one, Open the Gates, and Mysticism, they are just, they play through like straight up like Dungeons and Dragons fucking storylines. They're epic. They're super like soaked in fantasy. And his deliverance of the vocal cadences and everything else is just, it's super, again, unique. Straight up heavy metal, fucking crushing, shredding, amazing guitar work. The whole band was just an incredible musicians. Show you the back real fast. I don't think I did that. But yeah, like I said, chipping away at the Manila Road discography. So yeah, the Deluge. So when it comes to doom and hard rock and all that kind of shit, the only band aside from Blood Ceremony that I've been spinning, you know, as often is the Sword, and these two complete my discography for these guys. This is Gods of the Earth, and this is Apocryphon. Fucking incredible band, man. These guys are kind of doomy, kind of stoner, kind of fuzzy, kind of sludgy, kind of hard rock, kind of everything. Everything they hit on, every kind of note for me when I'm in the mood for something that isn't, you know, fucking blast beat heavy or doesn't have, you know, harsh vocals or anything like that. Such a fan of these guys as of recent, and it's kind of a shame because like they've been around for so long, and I'm just, you know, appreciating the brilliance of their material now. But better late than never. Of these two, Gods of the Earth is definitely the stronger one. Every album that I own from these guys is nothing short of incredible. So yeah, the Sword, check them out. Next up, really interesting band. I've already discussed them in previous videos, but just chipping away at their discography as well. I don't have too much to go. Dillinger Escape Plan with Option Paralysis. Really awesome stuff. I'm almost positive that this came out right after Miss Machine. But yeah, this is them, you know, kind of just doing their thing. This was put out, oddly enough, through Seasons of Mist, which I didn't know that they were part of Season of Mist at one point. But yeah, Dillinger Escape Plan rules, and hopefully they don't break up. Don't do that. No, they are. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to do another video hopefully shortly because, like I said, I placed a lot of orders in the last couple weeks, and I've always got more just general update stuff coming in. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching, making it to the end of this video. I am going to go eat something really greasy because I don't feel well. But until next time, guys, cheers.